Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Lead Cycles podcast. My name is Joe Marcoux. I'm with my very good friend and partner, Chris Fougere. Chris, good to see you, man.
Hey, Joe, good to see you, brother.
Excellent. And it's great to see you here watching this podcast and this video, because today we are talking about something that's really important about the lead cycle system, and it's the rental waiver. Now, many of you are bike shops and or bike businesses that do rentals and tours. And these are great opportunities to add more money into your business. It's a phenomenal revenue source. Now, unlike the test ride waiver or buyer form, where we send people to Google after they get an experience with us, we send them somewhere else. Chris, why don't you expand on that? When somebody fills out the rental waiver, what happens next after their experience is over?
Well, I think what the great news is that there's multiple businesses in some bike shops in one, and like you named it, right? Rental. In the last episode, we were talking about taking a test ride. So here, rentals, where are people looking for rentals? They're looking for that information on experiential websites like TRIPADVISOR, right? So now people are coming in, having a rental ride, and within a couple hours, we're sending that feedback ask to review that business on TripAdvisor. And you correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, haven't we helped a couple people in the last 18, 24 months win, their categories for TripAdvisor reviews and that sort of thing?
Yeah, you know what? There's a couple of brands that what they do is they put contests on for their dealers to be able to see who's going to get the most TripAdvisor reviews. And the brand in particular that we're talking about is Pedego. Pedego Electric Bikes does a phenomenal job of branding themselves. And what's really cool is to their dealer base, they say, okay, we're going to see who's going to get the most TripAdvisor reviews over the next 60 days. And what was interesting is the last couple of years, the dealers that were using LeadCycles were the ones that won. And it was because, yeah, so it's social proof, which is great. And so, one of the things is that when you ask somebody for a review, that's one thing. But when you tell them, hey, you're going to be receiving an email, a notice from us, and we're just asking you to give us a positive review. If you had a great experience, could you do us the favor? This is also going to literally double down on the number of reviews. And this is important because a review, whether it's on Google or in this case during the rental on TripAdvisor, it is social proof. So the benefit of lead cycles is not just the speed and efficiency of being able to get people quickly on their bikes. It's also the benefit for you is growing your business through social proof, because TripAdvisor is a place that people will go to because let's say they're going to a city, or even if they're having a daycation at home. What am I going to do today? Hey, you know what? I can look at TripAdvisor, and then all of a sudden, if you've got a lot of TripAdvisor reviews and they're relevant and they're frequent, you're top of page. We have many of our clients that are using lead cycles that they are actually one of the number one or number two things to do in their specific city. And I'm talking big cities. I'm not talking like a small town. I'm talking cities where there's millions of people. And because of that, we've been able to help them become number one on TripAdvisor. What would that do to your business, Chris?
It's an explosion, right? Like the bottom line is that social proof, when you go in on TripAdvisor or a site like that, but in this case, we're talking TripAdvisor, and you see, let's just call it the top 10 things. If you're in the top 10 things out of 1,000 or 1,500 things to do in the city, guess what? Those people are coming to spend money with you, right?
Absolutely.
And the ball, it's like a snowball rolling down the hill in a Bugs Bunny cartoon, right? It just gets bigger and bigger. And you're like, you're just become that go-to destination for fun, in this case, rentals.
Exactly. And keep in mind, if you're a touring company, if you have tours, the rental waiver is also your touring waiver. Now, this is the other thing that was interesting. Before we got on this podcast, Chris and I were saying that, you can take your rental waiver link, and if you have somebody who is booked with you, you can send them the link so that they can pre-sign before they show up to your place of business. This way, all of that is out of the way, and it's super fast. It's already fast to begin with because you could use your phone or your tablet and quickly have people sign on that so that, boom, they're automatically in your system. And the benefit here is when they sign the rental waiver, you now have their email, which adds to your list, gets them over to TripAdvisor first, and then a sequence of automated follow-up, fun infotainment content goes out to these people so that you're building know, like, and trust. Why do you want to build know, like, and trust, Chris?
Well, hey, like we're talking about, Joe, if you build that know, like, and trust, and someone comes down, or even a couple comes down, a family comes down, a group comes down, and they have a great time on that rental, like you were saying before we got on the call here, a self-guided tour. If someone has a great time and they all those memories, right, those synapses are firing and going, hey, this was a great experience. If they receive these email follow-ups afterwards and they kind of think, hey, you know what? Maybe I should buy this product that I actually just used for a few hours or a day or whatever it was. Maybe I should transition into being an full-time, an owner, a full-time user of this product, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. We've created content that, and it's not salesy. I want to be very clear. It just gives people the reminder of the great experience they had. And then we ask them specific questions that help influence and persuade to get them to make a buying decision. So to call you, whether you're a touring company, a rental company, or a bike shop, and you want to be able to sell the bikes that you rent and tour with, this is a great opportunity for you because it adds extra revenue. So the other thing about the sequence is it also reminds people about the great experience they had, and they become repeat renters or repeat tour people. And some people have a variety of different tours. Some people have a beer and bike tour, a food tour, a history tour, an architecture tour. There's so many different ways to be able to experience the place that you live and share it with your customers and tourists that come in and the people that do a daycation. And so it's speed and efficiency about being able to get people onto the the rental waiver quickly, getting them immediately after their experience to go to TripAdvisor, and then reminders of how great your business is, whether it's repeat business for the rental and tour or transitioning people to become buyers. And the other thing, the other R of your business is referral. I mean, how many referrals do you think people would get when they have a great experience and they're reminded of that, Chris?
Well, it's fantastic when people get that reminder, and then when they're asked to leave the TripAdvisor review via email and or text. The thing that is crazy is when you go to, and we all know this, right? When you type something out or when you write something out, it just becomes that much more powerful with you. And so not only do you have that, you can call it active and passive referrals happening from a site like TripAdvisor, the person is also going to have a hard time containing themselves when they go to their next Zoom meeting or in person or whatever and say, listen, I just did this super cool thing yesterday or last week or last month or whatever. And they're going to be excited to talk about it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of those things that when you get the reminder, and sometimes we know how email works. Some people, they might not even open the email, but they'll see the subject line and they'll know it's from your place of business. And that's all they need to be reminded of, you know what, that was really cool. I should do that again sometime. That's the power, because again, when you think of social media as opposed to email, social media today is swipe culture. You just see it next, 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 next. Email is intimate. And the beauty of the email with video embedded content that's fun and entertaining is that when people see it, they're likely to reopen it. And here's the other thing, forward it to people that they know. Because if they've had a great experience with you, they'll forward it to other people and say, you know what, you guys got to try this. And that's the beauty of the rental waiver and the LeadCycles rental waiver sequence. Anything that you want to add to this one, Chris?
No, I think you've covered it, Joe. I mean, if we're talking about fast, easy, simple, you can email it to people or text it to people to get them to fill it out first. You're gonna get an explosion of reviews on TripAdvisor. There's no question. Because right now you might be using paper, or even if you're using digital, are you following up with the people at all and asking them for a review, right? And have you segmented? Test riders from rental riders? That's the other thing. And then it's going to spin into, like you say, repeat rentals, into converting some people to owners, and it's going to get people referrals and social proof. I mean, good golly, if you're using LeadCycles already, then good for you. And if you're not using it yet, for good golly sake, press the button on the bottom of this page and take a free 90-day test ride.
Yeah, absolutely. You should take take advantage of our 100% money back guarantee trial. You'll see that if you do rentals, the rental sequence alone will pay for itself, let alone all of the other features that we're talking about in this podcast. So give it a shot. For now, we're going to let you guys go, get back at it, keep cranking. On behalf of Chris Fougere, this is Joe Marcoux with LeadCycles. We'll see you guys soon.